CDT 1340 AM, W295 AV, 1069 FM. Broadcasting live from the ESPN Radio Winchester studios, talking through life, struggles, and whatever's weighing on you. It's time for Therapy Thursday on Franklin County's favorite morning show, The Starting Lineup, fueled by Loco Coffee. And now for your hosts, Joe Abraham and Chewy.
And good morning. Welcome into the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340, 1069, WCDT Winchester. I am Joe Abraham in the studio on a beautiful Therapy Thursday, along with the Wookiee One. Chewy, how are you today? How are you feeling today, man? Are your guts any better?
Yeah, a little bit better. Got a lot less. I was able to eat yesterday, and
There you go.
yeah, so it worked out. What?
There's so many things that I want to say that
Yeah.
would make people spit out their coffee this morning. I was worried my stomach was hurting me a little bit this morning. I think I'm
Yeah.
gonna be okay. Question: How does Brett beat me into the chat?
I don't know. It's impressive though. I saw that. I mean, as soon as I hit the live button, he was already almost like it was pre-there.
Yeah, like he beat us into our own show.
Yeah.
That-
So,
that is pretty impressive.
as we always say, be like
Be
Brett.
like Brett.
Yeah.
So I had a conversation with Brett the other day, and what I did learn is I think Brett's working like third shift right now. He's working the overnights,
Oh, okay.
which means that for Brett, he waits hours for us. Like he's going all night long, and we're like lunchtime for him.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, we're like his midday.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
Uh,
Well, I'm glad Brett stays around.
Yeah. Speaking of crab trees, I just saw one walk past the window. I passed him on my way up here. But we got another crab tree coming in here
Hold
in
on.
a second.
I think the front door is locked.
Oh, I didn't unlock the front door. I came in hot and I forgot to
okay.
unlock the front door.
Yeah, he might be going in the opposite direction now.
Oh man. Well, he's getting his steps in. Good for him. No, I encourage you to get involved in today's show. If you've got questions for Winchester Mayor Sean Crabtree, who we just made walk around the building, feel free to reach out. Drop them in the FMO Facebook feed.
It's been a while since we've seen him. I'm excited to see him today.
He was out of the country, I believe.
Wow.
You can call in 931-967-3500. You can text the show 931-305-5600. No, 5611. And you can also, like I said, jump into the FMO Facebook feed. Come on in here. You're not going to step in front of any cameras. We'll need to adjust a camera for you, because we started moving stuff around yesterday. Sean Crabtree making his way into studio this morning. Yeah, I did him a favor because he's prepping for this triathlon, the Winchester Lakeside Triathlon, right? Yeah. Hold on, we got your microphone is. You can pull that out and just lay it on the table, Chewy. That one, yeah. We're making in moment adjustments, in studio adjustments here. What's up, dude?
We're professionals, Joey.
Yeah, we do this for a living. It's my fault because I came flying in with like 5 minutes before. Normally, I'm here. I'm waiting on Chewy. I'm doing my show prep and all the things. I came flying in about 5 minutes ago, and we didn't have Chewy's camera set up. We didn't have anything set up.
Well, listen, when you're consummate professionals like you guys, you can pull it together on the fly.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
There we go.
That never bites us in the you-know-what. No, how are you today, man? It's good to see you.
Thank you. You too, man. Good to see you. I'm feel like I'm running behind like you.
Yeah.
You know, like since Monday even.
Well, you were
Oh my
telling
gosh.
you were telling me the other day when I saw you on, what was it, Monday or Tuesday? Monday.
Tuesday.
What day was the fraud
I
forum?
don't know. Yeah, I think it was Tuesday. I can't remember.
Day before yesterday.
Yeah.
So that would have been Tuesday.
Tuesday.
When I saw you on Tuesday at the fraud forum, you're telling me about how you didn't feel like you were prepared for the triathlon.
Yes.
So I made sure
You had to bring that up, didn't you?
to leave the door locked. I allowed you to get some
so,
extra steps.
so I can go around the building.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Just thinking of you,
Chewy,
my friend.
that extra 60 yards, man, it makes all the difference in the world.
I mean, now I think you're ready. I mean, I think we should just do it now.
It's about
No.
the training that
No.
I've got.
Guys, listen, yeah. I'm man, I told somebody last night I'm burning the candle at both ends, and all of a sudden the last 2 weeks it's been the middle too.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
You guys may not see me during the month of August, and we'll have to wait to see about the first part of September. I mean, I got to hit it hard, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I gotta
Well,
hit it hard.
so when is it's September, the second week of September, I think?
September 19th.
Yeah.
I need to look. I don't know how many people have signed up yet, but this will be our second year of the Winchester Lakeside Triathlon. Listen, it's if you've ever considered doing something like this. By the way, the rec department has got their, they've got their kids triathlon week, where the kids have, they'll train up and get ready to roll, and that hasn't happened yet, has it? Did that happen this weekend?
They just
No,
had their sports
I think
camp.
they did. I think it happened this weekend.
Did it happen this past
See,
weekend?
Yeah.
You know what? I got to catch up. I guess
The triathlon.
it's like
the
everything
swim
is
place,
moving
yeah.
so fast. Yeah, it did. It happened this weekend. Didn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
I think that's right.
So
Somebody sent me a picture, and
Yeah.
I think we were out of town. But
I
yeah,
I only have a certain amount of bandwidth,
I
and it is beyond full right now.
yeah, I know that feeling. But so back to my story.
Yeah.
So we September 19th is the triathlon, and this year there's going to be like you'll have what they call the Olympic, which is the big one. I mean, it's relatively big. It'll be like a mile swim or maybe 1,200 yard swim, and then a 25-mile bike, and then a 6-mile run. But then there's also the little sprint, which is much smaller.
Yeah.
It's about half the distance and half the ride, and then a 3-mile run at the end. And then you got relays, and you got the aqua bikes, and I mean, it'll be fun. You guys really ought to consider doing a relay. So somebody does the bike, the swim. Somebody does the bike. Somebody does the run. And you can
Chewy
do it
would
for
put
the
his
sprint.
Chewy would put his sneakers on, and he'd be like, "All right, it's your turn. I'm done."
Brett Crabtree says, "I've heard September the 8th is like the best day ever." I think that's somebody's birthday.
Is that September 8th
It's-
Brett's birthday?
It
Well,
is.
I got to get my headset on.
And Joe also Clint Powers says Joe should be in training now.
I
So-
should be in training. I should have been in training a long time ago.
We haven't talked about this. Are you doing it this year?
No.
Oh, okay.
So last year I was riding a bike.
Yeah.
People will remember if they listened to the show at the time. I was riding that angry Russian communist bike at the gym,
I do
preparing
remember
for
that.
this thing. You know what it was that got me though? It was the swim. I went to the pool with the mayor. He took me to the pool.
Oh, I forgot about that.
You took me to the pool,
Yeah.
and I realized I am not ready for this. And it was so tough just to get up and down a couple of laps. And I'll be honest with you, I was worried I was going to drown in the lake. There would be no starting lineup. It would just be
It would just be chewy.
chewy.
Chewy lineup.
And that's when I realized that that might be Mayor Crabtree's ultimate goal. He might have been trying to, if I get Joe to drown himself in the lake,
That would have been a smart
then
one.
I can just slide in here and it can just be Chewy and the mayor in the
Oh, that'd be a
mornings.
fun
Oh,
show.
now
Yeah.
that would be a fun show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be
maybe-
interesting.
Don't
Hey,
give the listeners any ideas.
Maybe we should pull that off.
Yeah.
No, they'll
dude.
start calling for that. and I'll be out of a job.
Just for the record, I think it would be Chewy and the mayor. That's the
Nah.
way it would go.
I'd let Sean lead because, like, you Sean, you've got this charisma about you. you know?
right.
Yeah. I think it would be funny though to get me into the gym. We've talked, like Joe and I have talked about this, but like it would be kind of hilarious if I actually did it just for fun. You know?
It would be awesome.
He wants it so bad.
You guys ought to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no reason not to. You know,
I need to get back into the gym. I can't tell you the last time I was there.
Behind the scenes, we did have a whole like year-long plan for a certain business.
Yeah, we were building it up.
Yeah. There was going to be videos.
Well,
and everything.
imagine if we turned Chewy into an actual beast. You know, Chewy goes beast mode.
Just poof.
Yeah, the gym that would get. Well, let me put it this way. Fincham Sportswear absolutely loves us because of the partnership that we have with them. Imagine that, but on the scale of a gym. It would be terrific. Terrific.
Because, we have a lot of really fun and cool ideas about businesses, like what to work with. That may be, like, one of my top ones that didn't go to fruition that I'm a little disappointed about.
Well, you guys are consummate pros. That's all I know.
All right.
I'm just happy to be with you.
I wouldn't call us that, but we're gonna. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a quick break, an early break, and then when we come back, we are going to get into what's going on in and around the city of Winchester.
Lots going on
with the mayor, Sean Crabtree, in studio. I am Joe Abraham. Chewy's across the way. I got to introduce the mayor to Plank in the break. This is starting lineup. This is ESPN Radio Winchester.
Summer is here, and it's the perfect time to refresh your home with hot deals from Furniture Merchandise Outlet in Tullahoma. Whether you're upgrading your living room, bedroom, dining room, or finding the perfect mattress, FMO has stylish furniture at prices your wallet will love. Visit Furniture Merchandise Outlet today at 105 North Jackson Street in Tullahoma, or shop anytime at FMOTN.com. Make your house feel like summer all year long with FMO.
Now, here's your ESPN Radio Winchester weather forecast. Brought to you by our official smile partner, Dr. Garrett Orr and Winchester Family Dentistry.
Looking forward to another warm day today with it being bright and sunny with a high of 87 degrees. Got some calm winds coming in from the northeast at around 5 miles per hour this afternoon and 0 chance of rain. So get out there, enjoy some of the sunshine while you stay tuned to ESPN Radio Winchester.
At ESPN Radio Winchester, we're proud to welcome Winchester Family Dentistry and Dr. Garrett Orr as our official smile partner. From routine cleanings and family dental care to helping you feel confident about your smile, Winchester Family Dentistry is committed to caring for patients with comfort, professionalism, and a hometown touch. Whether you're due for a checkup or looking for a dental team you can trust, call Dr. Garrett Orr and Winchester Family Dentistry, proud smile partner of ESPN Radio Winchester.
Well, that was an interesting last segment. Let's try that again. Back to Joe Abraham and Chewy. This is the starting lineup on ESPN Radio Winchester.
Back here on the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340, 1069 WCDT Winchester. Joe Abraham and Chewy, along with City of Winchester Mayor Sean Crabtree in studio.
I think Brett's after your job, too. You better be careful with this morning show stuff because he says since he's here first anyway, he could just take the spot.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, it's pretty much Brett's show. We're just living it. So before we started the segment, I looked up and I saw the Max Meat Processing logo come across the slider thing as we're coming out of the break. Have you ever gotten like fresh cut meat from Max Meat Processing?
I have to be honest with you. I have so many of my friends that tell me how great it is.
Yeah.
And I've not been over. I mean, I know exactly where it is.
Yeah.
I haven't been there yet.
Yeah.
But I have. Like,
I mean,
my buddy swears by it. My
Are you
buddy
a steak
Jeff
guy?
Swears, absolutely. I'm any kind of meat guy.
yeah. Well,
Hey,
You know,
hey, that's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
If it's meat, I'm into it.
carnivore radio, right?
That's
Eat no vegetables or lettuce getting eaten around here. No cyclospora around here, baby. Just good old American.
How many
heart
years can
disease.
you go without lettuce? 30.
Who's the
Still
guy that
working
does
on
the
it.
beef commercial? Is that? It's not Chris Christopherson. What's his name? You know
uh,
what I'm talking about? Beef.
It's what's for
It's
dinner.
what's for dinner.
Isn't
I love
that,
that.
oh man, the guy from the ranch and
Yeah, he also
I can
is.
see his face.
He plays Landman's father. If
Yeah.
you guys have seen the Landman series.
Yeah. Okay.
Billy Bob Thornton. He plays his father. What is his name?
I don't know, but I know who you're talking
Dude,
about.
I wish I had that kind of voice.
Yeah.
Beef. It's what's for dinner. I'd love to
that,
be able to.
that
do
wasn't bad though. That was
Nah, that's
actually pretty
bad.
decent.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
Robert Mitchum, which is not the guy I thought it was.
That's not Robert Mitchum.
That's what it said on Google.
No. We should look that up, Chewy.
I think it's the guy from. Hold on, the ranch.
He's old now.
Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott.
That's who I thought it was.
Sam
Oh.
Elliott. I mean, Sam Elliott's one of those guys that's got his own voice. Like nobody else has a voice like Sam Elliott, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or mustache.
Yeah.
Well, there's that. He's got the Like
You've kind of got.
yeah.
You know what? You're with the gray that you got going on.
Come on, man.
Listen,
You guys
it's
are
not a
so
bad
cool.
look.
It's
I
not
wish-
a bad look.
I wish I had gray. I had to start shaving my head because I went bald before I went gray. It looked really weird. No, you kind of got a little Sam Elliott with the. If you went full on mustache,
Yeah, I'd look like a walrus.
No, I think you. I think
could-
you would look really cool.
You
Like,
could-
you could be Sam Elliott.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, guys.
No, I'm just saying.
Y'all embarrass me. Hey, we got so much going on at the city, by the way. Did I
Yes.
tell you that?
No,
yeah. Let's
yes.
pivot. Let's-
Please.
So listen, we've got before we go off the rails, we have the renovation of the city hall underway.
Yeah.
And if you guys have been by there, I think I was thinking last night. It seems like every time, Chewy, that I'm on the radio with you guys and we have some sort of big project going on, I always announce, here's what's going on with the project, and then the next day it changes and it's completely different.
yeah.
I think that's the nature of projects.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so we kind of had that going on with this. If you've been by the city hall, they've been tearing up the parking lot, which, by the way, was super cool. I'd never seen, like, they have an excavator, and then on the bucket they've got a hammer drill, like this enormous hammer drill on the bucket.
Yeah.
And they just push the bucket down and blah, 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 blah. Of course, they did that for about 8 solid days.
Yeah.
It's tough to talk on the phone when that's going on.
Yeah,
but
your eyes are vibrating
it
between your.
feels like your feelings are
nose.
coming out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they got all the concrete torn up, and then everybody who's driven by City Hall has seen the ADA ramp up front. And of course, they did that for the temporary ability for folks to get into and out of the courthouse, and the City Hall and all that. Well, all of that's out the window.
Uh-oh.
We had all these great plans, phase 1 and phase 2. In phase 1, we're going to move people at City Hall over here, and then they're going to complete phase 1. We're going to move them over there, and then they're going to complete phase 2. And then day before yesterday, we found out that all of that is out the window. They went down in the basement and determined that evidently everything that goes on at City Hall it happens in one hub in the basement, and it's all got to be unplugged.
Ooh.
And so, which means everybody's got to get out. So, yeah. And then they're going to have, so long story short, servers, radio, 911, like, oh my gosh, Wi-Fi, phones, like everything has to be unplugged. And so we're going to have to close City Hall. The city administrator made a great game time audible call decision. And so they've started moving some stuff already. We had this plan. We were going to move it, and then October move it back, whatever, all this, and none of that worked out. And so they started moving stuff. And Monday and Tuesday, they're going to have to shut down. So City Hall will be closed, and everybody's going to be working. but they're going to have to unplug phones, servers, like basically everything that keeps you going, electricity and all of that. All that's got to be moved out. So they're going to have to put somehow set everybody up temporarily. When I say temporarily, I mean for the next year.
Oh, jeez.
Into the annex portion of City Hall. And so Monday and Tuesday, it'll be closed to the public. Everybody's going to be working, moving desks, chairs, doors, like, and they're going to try to reconstruct how people will be able to interact with City Hall over the next foreseeable future while all of this goes on. They have to get people out of it because there's going to be some asbestos abatement and all of that going on. You can't have anybody in there. So they're going to move all that stuff out Monday and Tuesday, and the goal is to reopen on Wednesday, and they'll have directional signage and all of that, so people will hopefully be able to recognize what's going on. They're going to take the parking right there in front of City Hall, and that'll be the parking that'll be dedicated for folks who need to get into City Hall. So I appreciate in advance everyone's patience as we get through this. You know, the best laid plans never work out.
Yeah, I understand that. Listen, I can't help you as far as the wires are concerned and things like that. You can see the ones still coming out the wall over there. You know, I might be able to help you plug stuff back in, but I just start cutting stuff.
You know, I probably should turn the camera around and show that. I'm not sure. That's
one of these days I'm gonna finish this remodel. I just we walked right into football season, hit me right in the face. No, when we started our remodel, I was like, oh, look at all these old wires. We don't even use all this stuff anymore. And so I just started cutting stuff out, just cutting wires, cutting stuff out. And sure enough, I cut this bundle of wires, and it was literally the bundle of wires that carried all of our stuff.
Carries everything.
Yeah, and had to rewire it and stuff. So, yeah, you don't want me in there messing around with it. But that is a lot of work. Now, here's my main problem with you, okay? Because we do have you in here pretty regularly.
Yes.
And you said, you know, every time I come in here, we're talking about this, that, and the other thing. How come you always tearing things up? You tearing up the road? Tearing up my boat ramp?
The boat ramp?
You tearing up my City Hall?
Speaking of boat ramp, Alice Davis jumped in with a question for Mary. Says, I have a question. Is there any plans for lights on the new boat ramp?
Yes, there is.
Ooh.
Thank you for that question. As a matter of fact, there is. We're working on, you know, what we'd love to do. Who is it that asked that question?
Alice Davis.
Alice. Thank you for that question, Alice.
Alice runs the boat or the dock hopper.
Yeah.
There you go. What we'd love. Oh, the dock hopper.
Yeah.
I saw that the other day.
That's her.
So, Alice, what we'd love to do is we'd love to convert all the lights to solar lights, you know, in terms of the whole city park. We just don't know how viable that is. And we've got some folks that have looked into it for us, and they've given us some estimations, and they have even, like, the little drawings of the coverages and all of that. But anyway, to answer your question, they're going to put lights on the ramp in a couple of different ways. TWRA is going to put, as we move into late part of the summer, TWRA is going to come back and they're going to put little solar lamps actually out on the floating docks and so forth.
Oh,
we're not talking about a ton of light, but we're talking about just to be able to light your path. And then we're looking at putting solar lights up closer to, I'm not sure, I better not say exactly where they're going to be, but they're going to be lit up around the ramp itself. So the docks, the ramp, all of that, it's just a slow process. But yeah, and again, we're trying to do it in a way that's solar, so we don't have to pay the bills.
Yeah,
you know.
Well, it saves taxpayer money. Certainly, that's always a good thing. Now, how is the bathrooms coming along over there? I haven't been over there in a week or so, and I know you guys are making progress every day.
Yeah, you know, I'll be honest with you. I've been gone for 9 days, and I just got back this week, and I've been burning the candle at both ends.
You're all right.
I drove by there, but I haven't jumped in, and you know, my normal conversations with all the department heads and all that has been completely derailed when we got sidetracked with this whole.
Yeah.
You know, we had
moving the entire.
Yeah, we had to literally get the 911, the E911 guys together with us. We had to get Winchester Utilities. We had to get the contractor. the foreman on the job. We had to get everybody together and kind of brainstorm a plan about how we're going to make all this work. And so everything's kind of been sidetracked with that.
Yeah. Well, I've
So-
got good news for you.
Okay, I need good news.
So I am fairly certain that our fame has reached a point where somebody will donate a Chewy statue. So we don't have to pay for the Chewy statue. If you can find me a spot, I think I can make that happen. I'm just throwing that out there. It would be out of all the great things that we have in downtown, a sculpture of his face would really
I
return everybody's tax rates to where they want them to be.
I think it should be a giant Chewy gnome.
Yeah.
And it should be at the head of the ramp facing
Yeah.
people. That'd be scary for the unsuspecting driver.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it?
I think
It would
so.
be.
They wouldn't be ready for that one.
But all these people that are complaining that Twin Creeks has raised their what is it,
Their property tax.
property
yeah.
taxes, I got a plan to lower it right back down to rock bottom. Stick that thing right up front of the city
It's
hall.
a threat. You're just like, I'll build a statue. You
This
wa-
is such a driving through downtown. This is such a beautiful. Whoa!
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Oh, gosh.
I'm with Chewy. Yeah, no, you don't think I will? Just watch.
Oh gosh. No. So you guys are doing great work. I know that everybody is very. And speaking of city administrator Beth Roten.
Oh, what a great honor!
Oh my gosh.
What a great.
And
honor.
I ran into her the other day as well at the fraud forum, which there were only like 10 of us there. I gave a scathing report on the individuals of our community. We're trying to. This is for our listeners. I'm very disappointed in you guys. No, we're trying to supply these as a community. We try and supply some of these types of things for folks, and it was a great event. The sheriff's department, the police departments, they've talked about how fraud is such a big issue. You yourself mentioned at the event that you've had your personal identity stolen and things, and it was unfortunate that more people didn't show up to learn and take that in.
Yeah, so man, you brought up so many good things. I appreciate you giving me a little softball there because I feel like I'm trying to get my thoughts together. I got so much going on, but yeah, Detective Ryan Fuller did a great job putting together what he calls the fraud forum. Now he's done many presentations like this, and they're all to small groups, and he wanted to do something for the public, and he wanted to make it bigger. I have a feeling this will be a yearly event because, as you know, fraud is always changing.
Oh, man.
I can never get ahead of it. But yeah, Detective Fuller did a great job. He had some lenders there talking about all of the different kinds of banking fraud and wire fraud and POA fraud, power of attorney fraud, elderly fraud, all kinds of things. And I learned a lot. I mean, I really learned a lot. As you said, I've had my identity stolen probably 23 years ago, back before it was really a big thing. I'll tell you how long ago it was. When I was back in the day, I was traveling all over creation. I had clients from Vancouver, Canada, over to Barbados, and I was gone once a week. And so my identity got stolen. I got a letter at my office. True story, Chewy. I got a letter at my office from the Department of the Interior.
Oh my gosh.
And it said that your identity has been compromised. And they had it pinpointed where I'd bought a suit at the Men's Warehouse in San Diego or something. And they got my Social Security number, birthday, address, all that stuff. And so they told me to contact such and such at the FBI. Nowadays, I don't think they would do that because it's so prevalent. But yeah, it was a big deal back then.
Wow.
Since then, I've had issues. They told me basically back then when my identity was stolen that, hey, probably nothing will happen for a couple of years. You're on a list of maybe 300,000 people. They probably sold it for 50 cents a person, and then they'll wait 3 or 4 years, and then something will happen.
Right.
And that's exactly what happened.
Ugh.
About every 3 years, it comes back. But yeah, the fraud forum, I hear the music in the background. The fraud forum was a really good thing. You'll have that coming on board again next year. And thanks to Ryan Fuller and Robert Baggett, who talked about jury fraud. The sheriff talked about all sorts of different fraud. The lenders, Citizens Bank was there, Ascend was there. Next year, all your listeners need to make it a point to attend. And by the way, before we go to break, a big congratulations to our very own city administrator, Beth Roten, who was named across the state of Tennessee as the City Administrator of the Year.
Yeah.
It's the highest honor that the Tennessee Municipal League gives. It's very well deserved, and I'm very proud. Everybody in the community should be proud of her. I'm very proud to have her in this community.
The one. She was the one.
She
Number
was the
one
one.
out of all of them.
I think there's like 365 cities. I could be wrong about that.
Number one, baby.
Yeah,
Nice.
she was number one.
What do we talk about?
It's
We
well
create
deserved.
winners right here. And even though we've never had her on the show, we talk about her quite a bit. So,
Well, she's the best. She is absolutely the best.
all right, quick break here. We'll be back to wrap things up with Winchester City Mayor Sean Crabtree on the other side. It is the starting lineup. This is ESPN Radio Winchester.
The starting lineup with Joe and Chewy is presented by Loco in Winchester. Right here in Winchester, Loco is doing things their own way. From locally roasted Loco coffee to a one-of-a-kind shop experience. It's a place that's built for the Franklin County community. So if you haven't stopped by yet, now's the time. Support local. Drink Loco coffee, fueling Franklin County mornings. Roasted right here in Franklin County. And don't forget to tune into the starting lineup, weekdays from 7 to 9.
Stimulant misuse can take many forms. It may involve abusing methamphetamine or prescribed ADHD medication. Both carry real risks when not used safely or under medical supervision. Prevention starts with education and open communication. The Franklin County Prevention Coalition provides tools and local resources to help families make informed decisions. When we stay proactive, we are stronger together, and we are stronger without it. Learn more at fcpctn.org. This project is funded under a grant contract with the Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services.
It's time for a local news break from the 931 Go News Center.
The City of Winchester is recognizing Lisa Clark as its Employee Spotlight of the Month. Clark serves as manager of the Winchester Swimplex and was recognized for her leadership and dedication in overseeing both the indoor and outdoor pool operations throughout the year. City officials also praised her work coordinating the Winchester Parks and Recreation Summer Sports Camp, saying her efforts, along with the support of staff and volunteers, help provide local children with a fun, safe, and memorable summer experience. The mayor's office thanked Clark for her commitment to serving the community. Tennessee Secretary of State Trey Hargett will visit the Franklin County Election Commission on Wednesday, July 29th, to discuss the ongoing early voting period for the August elections. Hargett is expected to arrive around 1:15 p.m. at the Election Commission office on Dinah Shore Boulevard in Winchester. Early voting for the August 6th general election and state and federal primary continues through August 1st, and election officials encourage eligible voters to cast their ballots before Election Day. And congratulations are in order for Franklin County's Carrie Robinson, who has been named the 2026 Tennessee Young Farmer of the Year by the Tennessee Farm Bureau. Robinson, a second-generation farmer from Belvedere, was recognized during the Tennessee Young Farmers and Ranchers Summer Conference after competing against 17 county winners from across the state. Robinson helps operate his family's nearly 4,600-acre diversified farming operation and currently serves as president of the Franklin County Farm Bureau. As the state winner, he received several prizes and will represent Tennessee at the American Farm Bureau Convention in Charlotte, North Carolina, where he will compete for national honors in January. For details on these stories and more, visit 931go.com. Stay informed and stay connected to your community with ESPN Radio Winchester.
Are you guys locked into the Argentinian news?
No.
Okay. Imagine you're taking a flying lesson. Your instructor looks over at you and he says, "You know what to do. Carry on." And he unbuckles his seatbelt and jumps out of the back of the airplane.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
That is the worst pop quiz in the history of ever.
Yeah. Didn't she land it, though?
She did.
Is there more to the story?
No, that's it. Is there a better performance in a high-pressure moment than that right there? It is the starting lineup. This is ESPN Radio Winchester.
Joe had to mix up some more pre-workout, but he's ready to go another round. Back to the starting lineup. This is ESPN Radio Winchester.
Back here on the starting lineup, ESPN Radio, 1340, 1069, WCDT Winchester. Last few days of early voting. And I encourage you to make your way over if you have not yet. Head on over to the annex and get that done.
Get her done.
It'll save you some time on, August 6th.
It's always more fun to early vote anyway because you get to see everybody.
Yeah, you get to spend some time, kind of talking to the folks over there.
Yeah.
And they're very, very good people to go out of their way and spend the time to do that. I appreciate all the folks that are involved in making that process happen. I need to pull up the latest numbers. It's been a pretty good turnout, but we need to get those numbers up. We can always
What
have
are
more.
the latest numbers?
I want to say it was over 2,000. Let me see.
How does that compare, I wonder?
Yeah, it's a good question. What is it? Franklin County Election Commission. Head on over here real quick. Daily election totals. It's almost 3,000. 2817. Which, I guess we could divide that by about 40,000. 2817 divided by 40-ish.
Alice Davis did jump in saying that the city park's new docks look amazing out there and well-deserved for Beth. She works so hard. And Andrew jumped in saying good morning. Good morning, Andrew.
We're at like 7% of the population.
7% is not bad for early voting. That's
right.
That's good. And hats off to all the candidates. This is not easy. Hats off to everybody who's willing to throw their hat in the ring and put their best foot forward.
Yeah.
I have a lot of respect for anybody who's willing to run for office.
Yeah.
So, and yes, thank you, Alice. It is well-deserved. I feel like we kind of rushed through that. To be named City Manager of the Year across the state of Tennessee is, again, that's the highest honor that the Tennessee Municipal League gives out, and it's very, very well-deserved.
What do you think that, when it comes to her specifically, Miss Beth specifically, that, like, sets her apart like that to win an award like that?
That's so easy for me to answer. In working with Beth Roten in many different capacities over the last 20 years, I can tell you that her commitment is 100% to the city of Winchester, and it drives everything. Beth has no problem working late, working weekends, getting her hands dirty, because it's all stemming from her commitment to the city of Winchester. And it's always been that way. It always will be that way. Beth does not know a clock. She doesn't know. She just knows commitment, man. And I'm very proud to be associated with her, and the whole city ought to be really proud. It's something that everybody ought to take pride in.
Yeah, she makes all the rest of y'all look good.
Right. No, that's really true. That's 100% true. Like, she like this last minute decision, she had to call an audible with the renovation. So she had to pull people from the county, from E911, from utilities, and everybody had to come together, from the construction guys, and so we all had to kind of brainstorm about what this might look like moving forward. And so, and by the way, as another part of that, I want to thank Mayor Chris Guess. He's graciously, we thought we had this worked out, like I said, until we got a wrench thrown into the program. But because of that, we're not going to be able to use the courtroom, honestly, for probably the next year. So Mayor Guess has graciously allowed us to, I reserved it on the schedule yesterday with him and his staff, and so we're going to have city council meetings in the courthouse at our normal time, second Tuesday, 5 p.m., moving forward.
Okay.
From now until probably the end of June.
Right.
So we'll be in the courthouse meeting with our moving forward with the city council meetings. And thank you to Mayor Guest for allowing us to do that. I don't think he's charging us much either. No, that's a joke. He's not charging us. That was a joke.
So as far as where everybody's moving to, all the offices and all that type of stuff, I mean, once you get everything settled and figure out who's going to be where, if folks need to find people, are you guys going to kind of put out like
Yes.
hey, here's a map?
Yeah, we're going to have signage.
Okay.
We even talked about putting, like footstep stickers around and all of that. The main thing is that we're going to have to block the parking in front of City Hall because we want to have – there's no parking, right?
Yeah.
There's no parking up
Yeah.
there because it's all been torn up. And so the plan right now is to have those spaces that are directly in front of City Hall be parking for folks that need to get in and out of City Hall. And like I said, once you park, there'll be signage moving you around into the annex, which everybody knows the annex is just a couple doors down from Blue Front Drugs there on that side of the road. How it's going to look, we have a plan right now where maybe planning and codes is going to be in front of the conference room, and probably the administrative folks are going to be upstairs, and then everybody's just basically going to be on top of each other.
Yeah.
For the next foreseeable future.
Yeah.
So there you go.
All right. Well, I understand it's going to be a hectic, I don't know, week or so as you guys are getting all that moved.
And it was definitely a line of scrimmage audible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, we're right here ready to make the play, and the ball's getting ready to be hiked, and it's like, whoop.
Well, I know that you guys were talking about, moving and moving everybody's stuff and all that type of stuff, which I knew was going to be a huge undertaking as it was, but to have to move all of that stuff as well, I didn't even take that into account. I mean, I can't imagine the amount of technology that's got to move with you guys. So,
yeah, they're gonna have to they'll have temporary internet lines, and I mean everything's gonna be just be all over the place.
So if I lose you, if I can't find you, I just follow your internet line.
Send me a text, I'll get it eventually.
There you go. All right, he is Winchester City Mayor Sean Crabtree in studio with us this morning.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, let me thank you for coming in this morning. And just remember, if you ever need us, we're here. Chewy doesn't leave his desk. He's chained there, so
you guys
he can't.
You guys can help us move. Look at my new hat.
Chewy,
I like Chewy, man.
Chewy,
listen,
that's a
starting lineup hat.
It's a good looking hat.
You're not legit until you get a hat.
Yeah.
You get your own hat, man. You made it.
Yeah. I'm pretty. All my family is real jealous of the.
Not only did Chewy get his own hat, Chewy got his own line of hats. Who gets beanies? We got an entire box of beanies in the middle of July. Who gets beanies? Worked only a Wookiee with the following like that.
Fincham Sportswear who does it.
Well, he's the one
That's
that
what
did.
we're talking about. Yeah.
Good
Shout
job
out to
by him.
Fincham Sportswear.
So the prerequisite is if you're going to wear that hat around.
Yeah,
Mayor, you got to be.
I got to put on bulletproof vest.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you got to be ready to go at all times. That's your fighting hat right there. You're ready to. No, the only prerequisite is you don't have. I said this on the Facebook post that I made. You don't have to agree with my opinions. You just have to have your own. Okay, you just have to have a big mouth like me, and you can wear one of those hats. As well.
Guys, thanks.
I appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate it.
All right, that is
talk Friday.
Winchester. Yes, sir. Winchester City Mayor Sean Crabtree, and if you ever have undertaken just moving your router from one side of the house to another, you know how much of a pain in the butt it can be. So say a prayer for them and their entire staff over there. We appreciate him coming in and talking with us this morning. And they continue to I joke about they continue to tear stuff up around here, but what they're really doing is they're making improvements all the time.
Yeah.
And I do appreciate that, whether it's, even the road projects, keeping the road both safe, usable, situations with the boat ramp were just almost, it was just almost unusable, and they go out and they find this grant money and they're able to do this project. We got a beautiful new boat ramp. I mean, there is constant work being done over there, and it's reflected in the fact that Beth Roten wins City Administrator of the Year.
We're very lucky to have the team that we've got right now. Just not only in effort but also thoughtfulness.
Yeah. And if you don't believe that, I just want you to consider, what if like Chewy and I were running the city?
Oh, dude.
Be careful what you wish for.
It'd be awesome.
Chewy's the city administrator. There are
would,
levels to this thing.
If I was a city administrator, I would dress like Lando Calrissian every day.
Yeah.
Unironically.
Cloud City, baby.
Seriously. I would, and that's how I'd run it too. Like, I'd sell y'all out to the Empire tomorrow.
This deal's getting worse all the time.
I'm altering the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further.
All right, we'll be back to wrap up hour number 1 on the other side. It is the starting lineup. This is ESPN Radio, 1340, 1069, WCDT Winchester.
From Columbus, previously from the Paul Feinbaum Show.
Check in scissor hands. I'm the wrong guy to ask, but what's the secret to a good haircut?
A good haircut makes you feel confident. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, when you get that haircut, you're going to walk out that barbershop, you're going to look in the mirror, and you're going to be like, yeah, that's it. And you're going to tip the barber.
The Paul Feinbaum Show, weekdays at 3 Eastern on the ESPN app and on the SEC network.
Why choose More Courtney Funeral Home? Well, they're a fifth-generation funeral home taking care of the people of Franklin County since 1905. They're committed to serving you, dedicated to providing personalized, professional, compassionate service to help lighten your burden and help you out during these difficult times. More Courtney Funeral Home, 300 First Avenue Northwest in Winchester, 967-2222. More Courtney Funeral Home.
Got a project to tackle or a party to plan? Skip the stress and rent it instead at Reliable Rental in Winchester. From tools and heavy-duty machines to chairs, tables, and event essentials, they've got what you need to get the job done right. Whether it's work or a weekend celebration, Reliable Rental makes it easy. Stop by 2433 Deckard Boulevard in Winchester or check out everything they offer online at ReliableRentalFC.com. Reliable Rental. When you need it, they've got it.
The future of healthcare starts here. The Southern Tennessee Regional Health System, Winchester and Suwanee, are joining the High Point Health System with Ascension St. Thomas, a health network serving communities across the state. We're working together to expand access, improve clinical quality, and keep you close to home throughout your care journey. Your favorite providers aren't going anywhere. It's the same care you know and trust, now with a new name. High Point Health with Ascension St. Thomas. Learn more at highpointhealthsystem.com.
Looking to make a difference in Franklin County? The Franklin County Prevention Coalition works every day to build a safer, healthier community, free from substance misuse. Through education, outreach, and strong local partnerships, they empower parents, schools, and leaders to prevent addiction and support positive choices. From youth programs to community events, the coalition is here for you. Learn more or get involved today at fcpctn.org. Together, we prevent.
This project is funded under a grant contract with the State of Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services.
The opinions of the hosts are their own, and they do not represent the opinions of, well, really anybody else. You're listening to the starting lineup. Now back to Joe and Chewy.
Back here on the starting lineup, ESPN Radio, 1340, 1069, WCDT Winchester, wrapping up hour number 1 on a Therapy Thursday. Joe Abraham and Chewy, but going to bring in Plank, I think, in hour number 2.
Okay.
Got some good conversation that needs to be had. I do appreciate City Mayor Sean Crabtree popping by, taking the time to do so. He mentioned burning a candle at both ends, and we just stole 45 minutes of his life that he will never get back. No, we do appreciate him keeping us up to date on all things City of Winchester. And it is a constantly changing landscape. Both, we talked about it from a fraud perspective, not just online, but here in person. I mean, goodness gracious, Chewy. He started talking about that downtown project a few months ago and how they were doing this and they were doing that and they were going to start this project. And, you know, the speed in which government works sometimes, even on a local level, sometimes you're like, oh, yeah, I'll believe it when I see it.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden, like
You're in the
all
middle of it.
yeah, all of downtown is just like torn up. And it was similar to the boat ramp, right? We're just all like, oh yeah, this is gonna happen because it was 6 months behind schedule. Oh yeah, we're gonna get this done in time for the 4th of July. And then
Then they
it was like,
did.
poof.
Yeah.
Fairly Odd Parents came down and just poofed it right into existence.
Were you a Fairly Odd Parents guy or more like a Danny Phantom guy?
I was a neither. That was kind of the
That was late
generation
for
right
you.
behind me. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was my brother. Now I knew a lot of the things. I mean, even Plank was slightly behind. Ed and Eddie came right at the tail end of my, age bracket. But I had brothers who were always watching that stuff. So it was one of those things you'd walk into the room and plop down on a couch.
Yeah.
And it was on, and next thing you know, you're like, this is pretty funny.
It's funny when people don't realize we're good for but you are just a hair right behind me. So it's like you did watch a lot of these cartoons, but not in the same way that I did.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's always nice to have somebody who grew up watching Doug and Angry Beavers and Rocko's Modern Life.
Angry Beavers, man.
I love Angry Beavers.
If you want an idea as to what this, if you know Angry Beavers, if you're of the generation that knows Angry Beavers, if you want to know what this place looks like on a daily basis when we're not on the air, think Daggett and Norbert.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that is Chewy and I running around in all of our spootiness.
It really isn't an exaggeration sometimes because with some of those episodes where they were stuck in the house,
Yeah.
and just some sort of chaos, it genuinely, I will go back and see videos of that and I'll be like, wow, that's shockingly close.
Yeah. I flipped it on a few months ago or a few weeks ago, and there was this episode where they both thought that somebody broke into the house, and so they were going in their opposite directions, preparing to fight this battle against it. And sometimes there are so there's the way that the studio is built is there's this big circular area. We walk around, and I'll walk one way around the thing, and he comes around the other looking for me, and then we both turn around and we're walking back the other way looking for each other. And
yeah,
I mean it's
goofy.
That's why I had to start chaining him to the desk. Oh man,
Brett Crabtree got the first beanie, by the way. He wanted to let everybody know.
He did. Brett got the first beanie. Brett's in the chat first. We tell people to be like Brett, and people don't listen. But
we gotta do something for Brett. We gotta make a merch line, a be like Brett kind of thing.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
We can make him his own shirt, I suppose. Be like Brett, but who's gonna wear that? I mean,
I would wear that.
Can Brett wear a shirt that says "Be like Brett"?
That I'll be honest with you, the confidence to wear that, I would love to see it. I'll do it. I'll wear it if you don't.
Yeah, I would wear it. I think you and I are the two.
I think that's worth it.
It's a short run.
It's a limited run. Yeah, but I think we need that shirt.
You mentioned that you came home and your father saw the beanie and he was like, "Oh wow, you know, you guys have really made it."
Yeah.
I'm not quite there yet. As far as believing that we've made it. Now, here's the thing. This right here, this is a Sharpie that I use on a daily basis, not to sign autographs, but to stir my pre-workout. And until I have to pull this bad boy out to sign an autograph, I haven't made it yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
You should come hang out with my dad.
I have yet to sign an autograph. Now, Chewy signs autographs, I'm pretty sure, all the time.
I know Johnny did once. But
Johnny got to sign an autograph?
Long time ago, yeah. But I don't think I've signed anything. Well, I mean, I've signed ribbons for ribbon cuttings and stuff.
Yeah.
But no one's ever asked me. I don't know if I would though. That might make me.
There's again different levels to this thing though, because signing an autograph, like me signing a hat for somebody, maybe I could sign my sweaty hat, like my nasty starting lineup hat that I wear just about every day, and we could give it away. Do you think anybody would take it?
Maybe.
We'll do it like how, and which, by the way, in hour number 2, we're going to do the Huntland hat giveaway.
That's right.
But we'll do it like that. We'll post my sweaty autographed hat and be like, hey, share, and comment on this to win this hat. But there's different levels to this thing, okay? Because me signing a piece of merch is one thing. We've really made it when we have to sign like a human.
Oh, yeah.
When somebody asks me to sign their baby or,
You're
like
just living out your
like their forehead or something like that, then I'm on Dr. Fauci's level.
You're living on the Talladega Nights dream, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, if Dr. Fauci can be, if that guy can be cool enough to be, I don't know, as popular as he was,
Pseudo-celebrity.
yeah, then Chewy can definitely be that cool because he's way more of a loser than Dr. Fauci was.
So Brett Crabtree says people know that people that know me have zero doubt that I'd wear that shirt. That would be an awesome thing to do.
Yeah.
Man, it would. You know what we need to do though? Like I thought about this the other day, where we need to have surprise guests, and we need to do like a WWE intro for them. Like, could you imagine Brett Crabtree coming in one day, like on a Friday, and just crashing the show?
He did that once.
Oh yeah, he did do that.
He showed up out of the blue.
Oh no, I told him to show up though.
Oh,
He was
did
like,
you?
yeah, he was like, I am out and about, and I was like, show up, and he was like, all right,
Come on.
and he did. I mean, I respect that. I think
Yeah.
I didn't think he was going to do it, but he did.
As
Be
long
like
as
Brett.
Brian the Russian doesn't show up, we're in good shape.
Yeah, besides that,
Brian will bring all his friends and
well, they might bring, vodkas and potatoes.
yeah,
That's actually not bad.
or like communism.
Well, yeah, I didn't think about that. I was in a different mindset, I think.
Oh man. Well,
Hey,
in hour number 2,
Coach's show, if you wanted to bring that up.
yeah, we're gonna review the coach's show was last night. That was tremendous. Good job by Landon Rulford and Johnny Hand. Today, I'm actually riding over to the football game. Got to leave at 4 o'clock because I got to meet Landon over at North Middle School at 4:15. We're leaving, going up to Cannon County. Don't let me forget the internet box this time.
Yeah.
So we're going to do that. I'm calling a game. You can tune in tonight for that. About 6:30 or 7 o'clock is when that game's going to start. It's a middle school game, so times are a little bit flexible there. But in hour number 2, we're going to give away this Huntland hat. And I have got to get into some therapy stuff on a Therapy Thursday. We'll do that all and more on the other side. This is the starting lineup on ESPN Radio 1340, 1069 WCDT Winchester.
No two patients are alike. High Point Health with Ascension St. Thomas delivers care centered around your health, your goals, your story, your recovery. From routine checkups to critical procedures, we use today's medical technology and advanced clinical practices to help you feel better, recover faster, and return home to the community you love. We don't just specialize in care, we specialize in you. Learn more at highpointhealthsystem.com.
When you're looking for great food, cold drinks, and a fun place to catch the game, make it Jefferson's in Winchester. From wings and burgers to oysters, appetizers, and more. Jefferson's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, or just a night out with friends and family. This fall, Jefferson's is also proud to host the Franklin County Coaches Show with Johnny Hand all season long. Good food, local sports, and hometown pride. It's all happening at Jefferson's in Winchester.
When it comes to beef, the smartest way to buy is straight from the source. At Max Meat Processing, you can stock your freezer with whole, half, or quarter beef, saving money while getting premium, locally raised meat you can trust. No additives, no preservatives, just real beef. And if bulk isn't an option, no problem. Max Meat Market has you covered by the pound. Max Meat Processing, your hometown source for quality beef.
Looking for your next great round of golf? Head to the Bear Trace at Tim's Ford in Winchester. This spectacular Jack Nicklaus designed 18-hole course sits along scenic Tim's Ford Lake with rolling fairways, challenging greens, and lake views that highlight the natural beauty of Franklin County. Whether you're planning a weekly foursome, a company outing, or just sneaking around in, Bear Trace offers one of the best public golf experiences in the region. Book your tee time today at tnstateparks.com and play the Bear Trace at Tim's Ford. There are all kinds of guys. Car guys, guitar guys, even those yogi guys. Let's be honest, not all guys are built the same. We're garage guys, and if you're looking to upgrade the curb appeal of your home instantly, we have a variety of options from trusted manufacturers across the industry. So we may not be able to strum you Accord, but we can provide a remodel you can afford. See what I did there? Call Garage Guys today or find them online at garageguys931.com. Garage Guys, built different.
I'm Kristen Abraham, curator of Abraham Art Gallery right on the square in downtown Winchester. Looking for something unique? Every month brings a new featured artist, original art to inspire and share with the community. Come in, explore, and discover art that's ready to go home with you today. Whether you're redecorating, collecting, or just need something that sparks joy, this is your place.
Southern Middle Tennessee's sports leader, WCDT 1340 AM, W295 AV, 1069 FM. Broadcasting live from the ESPN Radio Winchester studio, it's the starting lineup. Now, here are your hosts, Joe Abraham and Chewy.
Hour number 2 of the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester. I am Joe Abraham, joined by this spoot head over here, Chewy, and also got my best friend in studio with us, Plank.
I remember that.
Get involved in the show. You should remember that. He's my best friend. It's important that you remember these things. Katie's gonna come in. Katie's gonna come into the studio, grab Plank, and hit me in the face with him.
Yeah, you're gonna break Plank.
Break Plank over my head. Excuse me. Get involved in the show here in hour number 2. You can do so through the FMO Facebook feed. Head on over to Facebook.com/ESPN Winchester, or jump in via the text line 931-305-5611. You can also call the show 931-967-3500. We're actually going to get into some pretty good stuff here in hour number 2, but we're going to start, Chewy, with this this hat giveaway. Actually, we're not going to start with the hat giveaway because I'm going to make you in the next, or in this break, pick the winner.
I got you.
So next segment we will announce the actual winner. But here is the hat. In case you were wondering, it does exist. I'll even autograph it for you if you'd like. No, not really. I mean, I will if you ask me to, but I'm not going to just like sign it right here. And, insert my fame into your life unless you really want it. No. Just trying to make it over here. Just a guy trying to be cool enough to sign an autograph. I came across an article before we do jump into too much. This is just a quick hit. Vol for Life posted, insider reveals that Tennessee almost hired a Super Bowl winning head coach not named John Gruden to replace Philip Fulmer back in 2008. People will remember that Gruden's name was heavily floated after they parted ways with longtime head coach Philip Fulmer in 2008. They ended up hiring Lane Kiffin. That sucked. But the name to have replaced him was Bill Cowher. Bill Cowher of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And that would have been interesting. I'd like to get Vols fans' thoughts on that. I don't remember why it didn't end up being Gruden, or, why it didn't end up being Cowher, and how they ended up with Kiffin. I don't know if they thought that Kiffin was going to be the next coming at the time. He was very young. and up and coming, and I get all those things, but golly, he is just he's just a disaster. That was kind of what triggered him being. Everybody realized, though, how much of a train wreck he actually was through what happened over the next few years with Tennessee and USC, and I mean, it began the downward spiral. All right, so I wanted to get into a few things today on the show. Let me scroll all the way back up to my notes here, because there's so much, and I got to figure out where I want to start. Oh, I know where I want to start. Chewy. I want to start with, did you get a chance to watch any of the Anthony Fauci thing yesterday?
No, I couldn't bear it.
Well, I mean, it's not like it would have really changed from what I told you was going on. So we got done with the show, and I came in and I started telling you about the fact that he evoked his Fifth Amendment rights 111 times during this thing. But what was pretty crazy about it is that supposedly he didn't even have Fifth Amendment rights because of the fact that he's been pardoned. This is the argument. Because of the fact that he's been pardoned and he can't legally have any ramifications for anything that he says, the argument is, and through the language of the law, it even says that those rights that he has to plead the Fifth essentially don't exist. Because there's no reason to not tell the truth. Like, from a legal perspective, pleading the Fifth is something that you do because you'd want to avoid legal repercussions. There is no legal repercussions. This is simply an investigation to see what the heck actually happened, to get to the truth. And it's kind of interesting. We have essentially given the guy immunity to just tell us what actually happened. And the only thing left to protect for him at this point is himself.
Mm-hmm.
Which goes back to why this guy, I feel like, is just absolutely awful. I've always felt this way. He always kind of gave me a cringe feeling, even when he was supposedly, Saint Fauci or whatever they were calling him at the time. But in this particular situation where we sit now, the vaccines have already been given. The mail's already in the bag. This is already, we're past this. What we want to do is get to the bottom of the process, get to the bottom of the disease, get to the bottom of what happened. And the guy cannot be prosecuted for any of this stuff. They just want to know the truth. And in order to simply protect his own personal image, he will not give the American people the truth.
It's also frustrating because there's probably lots of background information that he can now give publicly to inform people on the next time one of these diseases comes around is hey, let's not make this mistake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's what frustrates me the most. And it's I feel like he should know better as a scientist than to do that, But it's almost, I can't tell what it is. Is it fear? Is it ego? Is it I can't tell what it is that's what it's bringing out of him.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, for years, this is the guy that had the answer about everything, right? And he was so sure about masks. He was so sure about the vaccine. He was so sure about, schools and social distancing and how close we could stand to one another and all this stuff. And yesterday, when he finally needed to be held accountable or asked for a true account with no repercussions on how the truth would actually affect him legally, he pleads the Fifth 111 times. And I don't know if this is like a dog and pony show from a Republican standpoint. The Democratic side, I mean, the Democrats were all still calling him. except for Fetterman, I think was the only one that didn't really put up with it anymore. But all the Democrat side of it still is like, praising him and all the things, despite literally, and that's what frustrates me about. It's not about one party or the other, because I want to say this. I've seen this from Republicans faced with facts. I've seen this from Democrats faced with facts. You catch somebody in a lie, and they let somebody from their party in a lie, and they let their political alliance outweigh the truth.
Mm-hmm.
It has more. Their political alliance in red or blue carries more weight than whether or not this person is actually a good human being or should have a job or should be doing this or should be in control of the entire COVID-19 situation. I mean, this is a guy who told us over and over and over again to trust the science, trust what we have, like what we can prove.
Clint Power says, the fifth, I plead the fifth, and then Crabtree jumped back in saying, I feel like he's not talking because he's afraid of someone he's connected to talking him out for telling the truth. Or taking him out. Thank you. Taking him out.
Here's the thing. He, and I'm not, this is not a threat or anything like that. He is he needs to be careful, because you think about the number of people who lost people.
Mm-hmm.
And whether he tells the truth or not, or hides from it, or whatever the case is, he is currently he talked in his diary, Dear Diary, which somehow magically, depending on what source you read yesterday it became a journal. But Dear Diary, he went from being the most beloved and famous person in the entire country and world to now possibly being the most despised. And he needs somebody watching over him, because there are crazies in this country, and that's the last thing that I want to see. I don't want to see people like Epstein. I don't want to see that stuff happen, whether it be to themselves or somebody doing it to them, because the information dies along with people when stuff like that happens. I want us, like a lot of Americans yesterday, I was hoping that we would get some semblance of closure. And I don't know how we compel this guy to speak, or if we just trust the proof that is in his diary at this point. But what they're saying is that he was essentially in contempt of court yesterday by not answering, by pleading the fifth, because that was not an option. You lose your rights. And so he's actually putting himself in a situation where now, can he be compelled? Can he legally, because that order that he has in place, it doesn't last forever. The things that he's doing today, if he's not following the rules of the law today, he could put himself in a bad place. And I think that that's what they need to do.
Yeah.
I think that they need to threaten to throw this. If you do not answer, you will go to jail. You got one of two options. You can answer and answer truthfully, and maybe you look like a complete bleep, or you cannot, and we're going to stick you in a cell. Personally, I believe that the guy belongs in a cell for the rest of his life, but that's me. It's just really gross. The whole thing makes me feel gross. Feel like I need to take a shower after watching him sit there. And the looks on his face, for me, it's the subtitles of his face. And it goes back to when COVID-19 was like at its peak in the heat of it all. And he'd make these facial expressions, and you can tell that he thinks that he's better than people when they open their mouth and they start speaking. He gives these like looks. And to me, that's where I lost faith in him as the man who is looking out for everybody's best interests. Because if you're going into these conversations and there are people who maybe don't understand and all the things, rather than losing patience with the President of the United States or with people and internally, mentally mocking them or looking down upon them. Looking at this situation from the perspective of people they're terrified. And the reason I don't think he had that capacity to look at them with that in his heart, with that kind of perspective on it, is because it goes back to he was lying the whole time. He's lying the whole time. That's how I feel. That's how I felt then. I felt like he was lying straight to my face then. Anyway. All right. I just wanted to talk about that for a minute. We've touched on him multiple times throughout the course of the week, and it kind of came to a head yesterday. So I did want to touch on that before we move on. On the other side, I've actually done some football work. Can we talk football when we come back? Also, we're going to give away this hat, this Huntland hat. We're going to talk NFL football when we come back because I've got some predictions, NFL predictions. We'll do all that and more next. It is the starting lineup. This is ESPN Radio Winchester.
Summer is here, and it's the perfect time to refresh your home with hot deals from Furniture Merchandise Outlet in Tullahoma. Whether you're upgrading your living room, bedroom, dining room, or finding the perfect mattress, FMO has stylish furniture at prices your wallet will love. Visit Furniture Merchandise Outlet today at 105 North Jackson Street in Tullahoma, or shop anytime at FMOTN.com. Make your house feel like summer all year long with FMO.
Fresh baked treats deserve fresh local coffee. That's why M Sweets proudly serves Franklin County's own Loco Coffee. Whether you're stopping in for breakfast, an afternoon pick-me-up, or something sweet after dinner, make your visit even better with a delicious cup of locally roasted coffee. It's the perfect pairing of homemade goodness and hometown flavor. Stop by M Sweets today and enjoy a cup of Loco Coffee.
From the 931 Go Weather Center, it's time for an ESPN Radio Winchester weather update, presented by Pennett's Pharmacy.
Looking forward to another warm day today with it being bright and sunny with a high of 87 degrees. Got some calm winds coming in from the northeast at around 5 miles per hour this afternoon and zero chance of rain. So get out there, enjoy some of the sunshine while you stay tuned to ESPN Radio Winchester.
Looking for more than just prescriptions? Bennett's Pharmacy in Winchester has it all. Grab a bite from our menu, browse our boutique for one-of-a-kind finds, and sip on a Bloody Marty that's worth talking about, all in one stop. Located at 1201 Dinah Shore Boulevard, Bennett's Pharmacy is your unexpected destination for great food, fun shopping, and so much more. Call us at 931-967-2777 or come see what everyone's raving about.
There was an outline for today's show, but it didn't survive the opening segment. Back to Joe and Chewy on the starting lineup right here on ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester.
Back here on the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester. Joe Abraham and Chewy and Plank. You got me a name? I do. Oh boy. Hand delivering me. You know, you got a microphone over there. The one that's circled?
Yep.
All right. So we've got our winner of the Huntland hat giveaway. And I will contact Jonathan, is it Forster?
I think it's Forster.
Forster. I will contact Jonathan Forster directly through social media. But if you know Jonathan, or Jonathan, if you're listening, congratulations, my friend. You are the winner of a brand spanking new, beautiful Huntland Hornets hat from the folks over there at Fincham Sportswear. Man, I'm excited for football. Yesterday, we had a coaches show over at Jefferson's, which, by the way, I don't know if it had anything to do with, me or you or Johnny Hand. I think it had the most to do with Landon Relford.
Oh, yeah.
He brought a crowd with him.
Oh, yeah.
But I'll tell you what, that place was absolutely packed. They never slowed down from dinner all the way through trivia. The place was jam-slammed.
It was awesome, though. I love seeing. We saw everybody. Isaiah was out there.
Oh, yeah.
Steve Heath was out there. Did you
Yeah,
know that? Yeah.
saw Steve. His grandson was on.
David Eldridge was there. The Queen of the Creek. David's wife was also there as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
Miss Stacy was there. Yeah. It was a very fun night, and that's just the first one. It was just the inaugural one.
Right. Hey, and it worked.
Everything worked.
Yeah, that was the thing that killed me. There was
took me a moment to get some things, some of the gremlins worked out early on.
But you did. Hey, shout out to Joe Abraham. He was over there, and you got it. You fixed it up, got it done, and it ended up being awesome.
Yeah,
I was so pleased with everything the way it turned out.
I was pleased. I was very pleased with the turnout as well, and that's the funny thing. I mean, you look at. So when we got there, it was right at dinner time, 5 o'clock or so, and the place was pretty busy because it's in the middle of dinner. But by the time the show started at 6, slammed, and then all the way through trivia.
If you go back and you want to watch it, it is available, and we'll be up. I'll be uploading those to YouTube as well, for people who like to go over there for that. But if you look at the video, you can see in the window and behind the scenes in the shadows, just people after people after it was literally someone at the front counter from the beginning to the end.
Yeah. It was a good time.
Yeah.
If you missed it, you missed out. And I do recommend next week maybe showing up 5:30.
Yeah.
Show up a little bit early.
But shout out to Jefferson's, though, for letting us do that. That was pretty cool of them.
Yeah. We're going to be there all fall long over at Jefferson's in downtown Winchester. And, of course, great food as well. And, just a good time. All right, so Chewy, let me go back over here because I'm going to take a moment to talk about some football.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, and we may lose a lot of listeners here because, we don't really talk a lot about sports unless it's local stuff. But I have got to scratch this NFL itch that I can't get a salve for. I can't get a cream for. So here's what I did. I went through, I took a look at the divisions, each division in the NFL, and I picked my division winner. And then I picked my wild cards for each division. And so I want to go through and just lay that out there really quick. For the AFC North, I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens. I hate this, but, Cincinnati being the biggest challenger, I think Pittsburgh is going to come crashing back down to earth. They have spent so long with Mike Tomlin, in and around that 10-win mark, defying the odds at times. But I think that this is a year that the Ravens kind of step up and out. I like Cincinnati. The problem is Joe Burrow. I just can't trust Joe Burrow to stay healthy. He gives them a chance against anybody that they play against, but they just have not been able to keep that guy upright. Yeah, they can score 35 points every time he's on the field. But their defense has been absolutely trash as well. I could see Cincinnati taking down Baltimore, but Lamar Jackson and the roster in Baltimore is what I think gives them still the current advantage. I would say I'm 80% sure on Baltimore, but Cincinnati is the one that they've got to watch out for. In the AFC South, that's the Titans division, my pick is Houston to jump back ahead of Jacksonville. I do still think that Jacksonville is probably the biggest threat in that division, but the Colts are interesting. If Daniel Jones stays healthy for an entire year, the Colts are a threat. Jacksonville does not convince me. One season does not a good quarterback make. Trevor Lawrence, I am still not a believer in. The guy's career completion percentage is like right around 60%, which is, to me, it's surprising that he doesn't get questioned more. Now, after last season, they won a bunch of games. You would have think, oh, wow, he had a breakout season. He still was the weak link in a lot of ways. Completion percentage right at 60%. I think that Indianapolis is the potential disruptor to this, but I'm looking at it. Houston overtakes Jacksonville and takes that top spot back. The AFC West is really interesting because Kansas City is the team that could throw the wrench into all of this, right? If they return to form, last year was kind of the opposite of what it was 2 years ago, where everything went right 2 years ago. Last year, everything went wrong, including Patrick Mahomes blowing out his knee. The Broncos went 14-3, though, last year. And I don't think that that is a fluke. I just think that they performed a little bit out ahead of where they're probably actually at. Similarly to the Patriots, they overperformed against expectations. I think the Chargers are the most reliable team in this division right now, the one that I can trust the most. I think that Denver will drop back a little bit. I think that Kansas City is still third in this division. I think that they could win 8 games, 9 games even, but I don't think that they are on the level of Los Angeles and Denver right now. And then my fourth division in the AFC is the AFC East. And I'm going back with the Buffalo Bills. And I listen, I think that Drake May and the Patriots are here to stay. I think that Vrabel's got them in a good place, and I really like what the Patriots are doing and what they've built. But they definitely overperformed last year. And with everything that has gone on this offseason for Mike Vrabel, I think that they are going to have a rough year. Not saying that they are going to win 4 games, but I could see them winning 8 games or something like that. I could see them finishing behind Miami, which would take a pretty impressive performance by their new quarterback, Malik Willis. But I think that Drake May is the real deal, and in fact, in a couple of years, he may surpass Josh Allen as the best quarterback in that division. Allen needs to get over that threshold. He needs to put them in a Super Bowl. Heck, they need to win a Super Bowl in Buffalo. They got a new stadium. That place is going to be absolutely insane. And I know that they've had some moving and shaking this year as far as the roster is concerned. But Buffalo might be my pick out of the AFC. If they get home field in that new stadium up in Buffalo, watch out. And then my wild cards out of the AFC. So I picked the Ravens to win that division, but I do have Cincinnati. I have Jacksonville, and then I have Denver. So no Chiefs in the playoffs is my prediction. No Patriots in the playoffs is my prediction.
So you don't think the Chiefs are going to make a triumphant comeback this year?
No. And I'm not saying that Mahomes is finished. Andy Reid is older. Travis Kelce should have retired 2 years ago. I'm just not a believer in where they're at. So that's my AFC outlook. In the NFC, we'll run through this pretty quickly. Give me the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC East over Dallas. I think that Dallas is still the biggest threat in that division. And in fact, this is one of my least confident picks out of all of these. I think that Dallas is a team to watch out for out of the NFC East or out of the NFC. And they could keep Philadelphia out of playoffs. The NFC North, give me the Chicago Bears. I still think that they're just too strong. But Detroit is actually, well, every year we talk about, is there a team that could go from worst to first in their division? It could be Detroit this year. But that division is tough. You got Chicago, Detroit, Green Bay, and Minnesota. And Minnesota is the weak link this year. I think they'll finish at the bottom of the division based on what we've seen from their quarterback play last year. I still don't think that they've got the guy. But give me Chicago. They're the one I have most confidence in, even though I cannot stand their quarterback. I still cannot stand their quarterback. But Ben Johnson is really good. Caleb Williams just drives me nuts. NFC South, I am taking Tampa Bay this year. I was shocked that they didn't win it last year. New Orleans is my biggest challenger with Tyler Shuck. New Orleans is a team to watch out for. I think that they won like five out of their last 6 games or something like that last year. They could come out this year and be the surprise team. I don't think that the Panthers are absolutely decimated already with injuries. Like 5 of their best players went down with injuries, season-ending injuries already, and we're like 2 days into practice. So give me Tampa Bay. I really like Baker Mayfield. They don't have a deal done yet for him, but I think that it being a contract year, so to speak, I think that he's going to play very well. And in the NFC West, I am taking the Rams. And in fact, the Rams, I mentioned this the other day, are my team to win the Super Bowl. I don't know how you're going to stop them. Matthew Stafford, Sean McVay, they have added Myles Garrett. They are absolutely terrifying. I think that the biggest threat this year is San Francisco. But notably, I think that Seattle misses the playoffs, which would make both of my Super Bowl team or both of the Super Bowl teams from last year not playoff teams from this year. And you may look at me like I'm crazy, but every year 50% of the playoff teams turn over. And Sam Darnold has been very good. Seattle has no reason to not be good. But I'm going to say Super Bowl hangover. My NFC wildcards, San Francisco, out of the West, Detroit and Green Bay. So that's what I'm looking at. But that leaves, if Dallas does not overcome the Eagles, that leaves Dallas on the outside looking in. I could see the Dallas-Philadelphia situation coming down to the last 2 weeks of the season. Having those two teams playing to get in. One of them makes it, wins the division. The other one is on the outside looking in come playoff time. My Super Bowl pick this year. Chewy?
Yeah?
I mentioned the Rams. I'm going to take the Rams versus the Bills. The Rams over the Bills.
Okay.
In the Super Bowl.
So Rams v. Bills, choosing the Rams.
Yep.
Okay.
Mark it down.
And you're not going to change this.
No, I never change it.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't, new information comes up and you're like, nope. So I admire that.
Yeah, I mean, if Josh Allen goes down in week 3, I might have to change it. But I think that's extenuating circumstance.
Okay, but early predictions are in from Joe Abraham.
All right, we'll be back on the other side. Oh, man, that itch that I had feels a lot better.
Feel a little better after that? Yeah.
Congratulations to Jonathan Forster for winning our Huntland hat giveaway. We'll be back with more on a Therapy Thursday. This is ESPN Radio 1340, 1069 WCDT Winchester.
Every child deserves a safe place to grow. When substance misuse enters a home, children can face neglect and lasting trauma. The Drug Endangered Children's Initiative in Franklin County brings together schools, first responders, and community partners to identify risks early and protect our most vulnerable. It's not about blame, it's about protection. And when we stand up for our children, we are stronger together. Learn more at fcpctn.org/DEC. This project is funded under a grant contract with the State of Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services.
Looking for a reliable car at an affordable price? Stop by Money Down Motors here in Decker. We specialize in quality pre-owned vehicles with low down payments and flexible financing options. No matter your credit history, drive away today with a car you'll love and a payment plan that works for you. Visit us at 1945 Deckard Boulevard or call 931-962-3404 for more info. At Money Down Motors, LLC. Your ride is waiting.
This is ESPN Radio Winchester, where Franklin County comes to life. From local news and athletics to everything in between, we're proud to bring you the stories that matter right here at home. And it's all made possible by local businesses connecting with real people in our community every single day. When you support them, you support our local coverage. Over 75 years of Franklin County heritage. Want your business to be a part of it? Contact WCDT today. ESPN Radio Winchester. Franklin County plays here.
It's time for a local news break from the 931 Go News Center.
The City of Winchester is recognizing Lisa Clark as its Employee Spotlight of the Month. Clark serves as manager of the Winchester Swimplex and was recognized for her leadership and dedication in overseeing both the indoor and outdoor pool operations throughout the year. City officials also praised her work coordinating the Winchester Parks and Recreation Summer Sports Camp, saying her efforts, along with the support of staff and volunteers, help provide local children with a fun, safe, and memorable summer experience. The mayor's office thanked Clark for her commitment to serving the community. Tennessee Secretary of State Trey Hargett will visit the Franklin County Election Commission on Wednesday, July 29th, to discuss the ongoing early voting period for the August elections. Hargett is expected to arrive around 1:15 p.m. at the Election Commission office on Dinah Shore Boulevard in Winchester. Early voting for the August 6th general election and state and federal primary continues through August 1st, and election officials encourage eligible voters to cast their ballots before Election Day. And congratulations are in order for Franklin County's Carrie Robinson, who has been named the 2026 Tennessee Young Farmer of the Year by the Tennessee Farm Bureau. Robinson, a second-generation farmer from Belvedere, was recognized during the Tennessee Young Farmers and Ranchers Summer Conference after competing against 17 county winners from across the state. Robinson helps operate his family's nearly 4,600-acre diversified farming operation and currently serves as president of the Franklin County Farm Bureau. As the state winner, he receives several prizes and will represent Tennessee at the American Farm Bureau Convention in Charlotte, North Carolina, where he will compete for national honors in January. For details on these stories and more, visit 931go.com. Stay informed and stay connected to your community with ESPN Radio Winchester.
When it comes to caring for your loved ones, choose a name you can trust. Inhabit Home Health in Winchester, located at 2068 Cowan Highway. We're here to provide compassionate professional care right in the comfort of your own home. From skilled nursing to therapy services, our team is dedicated to helping you or your loved ones achieve the best quality of life. Call Inhabit Home Health today at 931-967-0633 to learn more about our personalized care plans.
Back here on the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester. Joe Abraham and Chewy, joined by Plank, who called my NFL picks in the break there. He was telling me he thought they were pretty wooden. It was rich coming from him.
Kevin Simmons jumped in saying, I think the Chargers are going to be a lot better this year. And then Brett jumped back in saying, who is your top overall pick for fantasy performer?
Okay, so here's the thing as far as fantasy. The way that I look at it is, it depends on the league, the type of league that you're in, right? Couple of things, though. Number one, from a quarterback standpoint, I don't necessarily love the risk that comes with mobile quarterbacks, and I know that there's a little extra that you get from guys like Lamar Jackson, and I roll with from a quarterback standpoint. I like to roll with guys who are going to stand in the pocket and throw the ball downfield. I just think there's less of a chance that you're going to lose your number one quarterback, like a Jaden Daniels. You know, I've been burnt by that bridge before. I would be more inclined to take Josh Allen over Lamar Jackson, or Drake May over Jaden Daniels, or, I stay away from guys who are obviously hurt all the time, like Joe Burrow. And maybe that, you got to take some risk to crack some eggs. To make an omelet, you got to crack some eggs type of thing. You got to take a little bit of risk. But I don't think that the question is as much the guys at the top of the draft. You don't win your fantasy draft with your first-round pick. So what I would like to recommend is, and again, it depends on the type of league that you're talking about, because like Jahmyr Gibbs, as far as the best guys that you can go with, I think that a dynamic running back who is also a really good pass catcher is obviously the clear choice. If you can get a guy who's going to catch a bunch of passes and rush for 120 yards in a game, then obviously that's the guy. But it depends on the points. Jahmyr Gibbs, Bijan Robinson are at a lot of the top of a lot of people's lists. A guy like Puka Nacua is going to catch a ton of passes, but like Puka this year, he had a weird offseason. He kind of scares me a little bit this year. I think a guy like that's stock may have dropped a little bit. And the Rams being as, highly anticipated as those games are going to be for everybody that plays them. They are the Super Bowl favorite, right? So if they're going to do it, I think that they may struggle a little bit more offensively, and what may get them over the top is how well they play defensively. So again, the point I'm trying to make here is that these guys at the top aren't where you're going to win your league. Where you're going to win your league are the sleeper guys, the guys farther down the list. Now, I may sound absolutely insane for saying this. You may think, oh, no, Joe's just a homer or whatever the case is. But there are guys, look at the rookies, look at the second-year guys who are going to have breakout seasons. Cleveland's got a couple of wide receivers, Casey Concepcion, a kid that played at Texas A&M, and I think it was NC State before that, who is an absolute burner. And they say that he is, out of all the receivers coming into the league this year, he is like the playmaker receiver. And he has been just torching the defense. And you may say, well, it's Cleveland's defense. Of course he's going to be torching it in practice. Well, yeah, he's got probably working against one of the number one corners in the league. In fact, the highest paid corner in the league, and Denzel Ward and some of those guys.
Brett came back and says the PPR league.
As far as I'll come back to that. As far as some of those guys are concerned, though, if you're looking for the way to win the league, it's going to be the later round picks, the quote unquote sleepers, the guys who you're able to pick up later in the draft, who perform like second and third round picks. I mean, they're out of their mind. Now, for me to pull the sleeper, because every year there's two or three guys that pop up and you're like, holy crap, this guy is outperforming 98% of the league from a point standpoint, and you didn't even know who he was before the season started. So for me to pull that, I'd make a lot of money. I wouldn't be sitting here doing this if I had the ability to read the future. PPR, that's where we're talking about like Puka Nacua, obviously Jamar Chase, him and Joe Burrow. I mean, they connect over and over and over again. I mentioned already Bijan Robinson, and Jahmyr Gibbs. Last year, Jackson Smith and Jigba had a great breakout year. So all of those guys fall into that first tier of guys who you could take any one of those guys and they could be the best. I don't think that any one of them clearly stands head and shoulders above the other one. But where you're going to, again, make your hay is in the later rounds. I'm still not sold on a guy like Ashton Janty, who I know his production picked up a little bit later in the year, but I don't think that we've seen enough from a guy like that. And if you take a guy like that early, that's the kind of guy who, the same way that if you take a risk on a guy in the later rounds that is a sleeper and he makes your team way, way better, you take Ashton Janty in the second or third round or something like that, that's a guy that could torpedo your entire team.
That's a good point.
So if there are guys out there who are comparable, I don't think that Ashton Janty is going to rush for 2,000 yards this year. I don't think that Ashton Janty is going to, catch 5 passes a game. They're going to continue to struggle. I think that the Raiders are going to continue to struggle. So, yeah, I mean, if I'm even looking at the Raiders, for example, Brock Bowers is almost as good a value as Ashton Janty is in a PPR league. So, again, I know Brett wants me to give him the secret sauce here. It's about finding the names, finding the guys who don't have the sexy name, and going with them. Like Trey McBride. A good example of this is a guy like Trey McBride, the tight end for Arizona, over a guy like Brock Bowers from Las Vegas. Everybody knows Brock Bowers. Everybody knows that name. Everybody knows Ashton Janty. But not a lot of people think of Trey McBride when they think of fantasy points. I think another guy who could be really good this year is that running back for the Chargers, the Omarion Hampton kid. And look at those running backs from last year who, again, started to break out. Look at the teams. Look at the teams who are poor performing teams and see if they've got diamonds in the rough. Again, I go back to teams like Cleveland. People don't think about drafting fantasy performers from Cleveland, or they don't think about drafting players from Cleveland because Cleveland freaking sucks. But Quinshon Judkins, depending on their quarterback play and depending on how their new offense looks and operates and things like that, is a guy that can catch the ball out of the backfield, is a guy that can run the crap out of the football. He could have 1,400 yards this season. He could lead the NFL in rushing this season. He could have a breakout year. He played really well in just half a season last year before getting hurt. I would be more likely to draft him than Cam Scatterbo. But people hear Cam Scatterbo, and you get the New York love and all the things, and people are like, oh, he's a battering ram. He's going to score 1 million touchdowns. Well, personally, I lean more into a guy like Judkins. Anyway, those are just some thoughts. Maybe I'm crazy. Jeremiah Love. That's a guy that I would if I'm taking a rookie, that's a guy I would tie my wagon to. I have much more faith in Jeremiah Love being one of the best running backs in the league this year than I ever did with Ashton Janty last year. And in fact, Jeremiah Love, if he does not have more rushing yards and more points by the end of the season than Ashton Janty, I'm saying it now, if Jeremiah Love does not outperform Ashton Janty this year in the league, I will jump into the lake in the middle of December. I promise you. All right, we'll come back in wrap up a Therapy Thursday. It is the starting lineup. This is ESPN Radio Winchester.
I'm Kristen Abraham, curator of Abraham Art Gallery right on the square in downtown Winchester. Looking for something unique? Every month brings a new featured artist, original art to inspire and share with the community. Come in, explore, and discover art that's ready to go home with you today. Whether you're redecorating, collecting, or just need something that sparks joy, this is your place. We're open Tuesday through Saturday. Find us on Instagram and Facebook. Visit abrahamgallery.com or stop by at 106 North High Street. You never know what you'll fall in love with.
Got a project to tackle or a party to plan? Skip the stress and rent it instead at Reliable Rental in Winchester. From tools and heavy-duty machines to chairs, tables, and event essentials, they've got what you need to get the job done right. Whether it's work or a weekend celebration, Reliable Rental makes it easy. Stop by 2433 Deckard Boulevard in Winchester or check out everything they offer online at reliablerentalfc.com. Reliable Rental. When you need it, they've got it.
The future of healthcare starts here. The Southern Tennessee Regional Health System, Winchester and Swanee, are joining the High Point Health System with Ascension St. Thomas, a health network serving communities across the state. We're working together to expand access, improve clinical quality, and keep you close to home throughout your care journey. Your favorite providers aren't going anywhere. It's the same care you know and trust, now with a new name. High Point Health with Ascension St. Thomas. Learn more at highpointhealthsystem.com.
Looking to make a difference in Franklin County? The Franklin County Prevention Coalition works every day to build a safer, healthier community, free from substance misuse. Through education, outreach, and strong local partnerships, they empower parents, schools, and leaders to prevent addiction and support positive choices. From youth programs to community events, the coalition is here for you. Learn more or get involved today at fcpctn.org. Together, we prevent.
This project is funded under a grant contract with the State of Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services.
Take the starting lineup with you wherever you go. Download the WCDT smartphone app in your Google Play and Apple App Store. Now, back to the guys.
Back here on the starting lineup, ESPN Radio 1340, 1069 WCDT Winchester. Joe Abraham and Chewy.
Brett Crabtree wanted to know if you had any Scattaboo predictions.
Further development of his CTE. No, I love Cam Scattaboo. I love watching him play football. I don't really have any predictions for him per se. I like what they're doing in New York. If those guys can stay healthy, my concern is I watched the video of Harbaugh trying to pump them up. And if you haven't seen this video, it's Harbaugh addressing the team. And he comes in and he's like, I am so excited to be here, guys. And this is his like motivational speech. I'm so excited to be here, guys, standing in front of you, the New York Giants. The New York Giants. You're the New York Giants. We're going to do some great things this year, guys. The New York Giants. And that's like his motivational speech. I swear to you, that's how it went. And the person who posted it was like, this guy couldn't motivate me to get up and get a soda out of the fridge. What are we doing here? But won a lot of games. Won a lot of games in Baltimore. So we'll see. I like their quarterback a lot. Wish I had a quarterback like that on my team. Now, speaking of quarterbacks, real quick before we wrap it up, Chewy. My best quarterbacks in each division. Josh Allen over Drake May in the AFC East. Lamar Jackson over Joe Burrow in the AFC North. And I know people are going to be like, what? Lamar Jackson is a better quarterback than Joe Burrow because Joe Burrow can't stay on the field. And all of these people who say that Joe Burrow has accomplished anything, aside from, you take the one season where they beat the Chiefs and went to the Super Bowl, you take that accomplishment out, and the guy has not done anything. Another one where you're going to think that I'm probably crazy is Daniel Jones, what he did last year with the Colts. Daniel Jones has the highest ceiling from a potential standpoint out of any of the quarterbacks who are starting in the AFC South from what I've seen. Yeah, higher than Cam Ward from what I've seen. I haven't seen it from Cam Ward. I haven't seen, wow, this guy is capable of doing some really, really good stuff. Like Caleb Williams, his first year, was like, oh, man, this is rough to watch. But there were flashes where you're like, wow, that's impressive. I haven't had a wow moment. In fact, I still see him practicing, and they'll be, showing video on the Titans thing of him and what's-his-face, the mayonnaise boy. And I still think that the other kid that they drafted a few years ago from Kentucky might be better than Cam Ward. But Daniel Jones, when he is operating at his best, is right now, and I already talked about it, I'm not a Trevor Lawrence guy. Patrick Mahomes, out of the AFC West, Patrick Mahomes is better than Bo Nix and Justin Herbert for the intangibles, but I don't think he's more efficient right now and is at this point in his career than Bo Nix and Justin Herbert. And I would actually say that Bo Nix is the most impressive out of the three here over the last 2 years. Patrick Mahomes is still the best out of that division, out of the AFC West, but he better watch out. And Justin Herbert really better watch out because him and Bo Nix are very comparable in terms of production, but Bo Nix has the it thing, and Justin Herbert, we may talk about Justin Herbert by the time he retires. The debate may be who's the best quarterback to never win a Super Bowl. Now, if Josh Allen's not careful, it could be him, but it could end up being Justin Herbert or Dak Prescott, who's the next guy. I do have Dak Prescott as the best quarterback in the AFC East over Jalen Hurts. NFC North, I've got Jared Goff still over Caleb Williams. That could change. If Caleb Williams takes half as much of a step forward as he did last year, he's going to surpass Jared Goff. He's right behind him. I still give Baker Mayfield the nod over Tyler Shuck in the NFC South. Shuck came on late last year for the Saints. I don't know if he's going to do as well as he did last year throughout the course of a full season as the starter. Mayfield has proven it over and over and over again. He's not top-tier elite, but, man, he's pushing it. He's right there, and he is an elite competitor. He's got that thing. He's just also 6 foot tall. And then the NFC West, I give the nod to Stafford over Sam Darnold. I like Sam Darnold, but Stafford is the dude. Right now, in my opinion, if I had one season to try and win a Super Bowl, Stafford's my guy. Over Josh Allen, over Patrick Mahomes, and that's, again, part of the reason why I picked the Rams this year. I think Matthew Stafford is, and you don't see it anywhere. They list him 3rd, 4th, 5th, wherever on the rankings. I think Matthew Stafford's the best quarterback in the league. If you give him 1 year to go and you assemble the best team in the league and say which one of these guys is going to give me the best chance at winning a Super Bowl, I don't even think it's Mahomes. I think it's Stafford right now, today. So that's where I'm at. All right. The music already played, so the show's supposed to be over. For Chewy, I am Joe Abraham. I appreciate you guys tuning in this morning. Congratulations to Jonathan Forster, who won our Huntland hat giveaway today on a Therapy Thursday. Thank you to Winchester City Mayor Sean Crabtree for coming in studio. Thank you to Plank for his always terrific insight. And make sure to tune in tonight. About 6:30 or so is when we'll go on the air for the North Middle School football game. They're taking on Cannon County. So you'll want to tune in for that. The future of Franklin County football on the field. You got anything?
No. Just look forward to having the North and South games on this year.
Yeah.
So we actually get to do the middle school games this year, so I'm excited about it.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. All right. Have a good day, everybody. Deuces.
Hey neighbors, Johnny Hand here. Join me every Wednesday night at Jefferson's in Winchester for the Coaches Show here on ESPN Radio Winchester. Each week I'll sit down with coaches from Franklin County High School, Huntland High School, North Middle, South Middle, and Huntland Middle Schools. We'll recap the biggest moments from the previous week, preview the games ahead, and take you inside our local teams. Come enjoy some great food, support our coaches and athletes, and be part of the show every Wednesday night at Jefferson's.
if your life depended on the mission succeeding, what would you care about? Would you care about the demographics of the crew? The moon does not care about your politics, doesn't care about your hashtags. It does not care about where you lie on social media arguments. It doesn't care whether you're male or female or black or white or rich or poor or conservative or liberal or religious or atheist or anything else, because reality does not negotiate. It just is. You can disagree with the facts, but they don't care about your feelings. It is a starting lineup. Thank you for tuning in. This is ESPN Radio Winchester.
It's time for a community calendar update presented by Minuteman Press in Tullahoma.
From community events to hometown happenings, it's time to catch up on what's happening around Franklin County. There's no shortage of opportunities to learn, connect, and get involved as we head into another busy week.
You're tuned in to ESPN Radio Winchester, WCDT 1340 AM, W295 AV, 1069 FM.